It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools, where we bring together outstanding young people and test their science IQs. And we invite you to play along today and test your own. 2 outstanding elementary schools here today to play our game. Let's meet them right now. Let's say hello to the team from Beacon Heights Elementary School. Hey, Joshua's here, 5th grader. Wave to everybody, Josh, at home there. Carlos is here. He's the captain. Both former players on the team. And here for the first time, another 5th grader, Halen. Nice to have you on the show. And they'll be playing against Perrywood Elementary School. All these young men here for the very first time. Hey, Justin, nice to have you here today. Their captain is Logan. He's a tough guy over there. And Joshua is a 4th grader. Hey, Josh, nice to have you on the show. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with our show, we have 6 categories of questions, and let's share those categories with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. We start our teams out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 good-looking and talented teams will come back to play again, with the chance to move on to the semifinals in this, our 37th year of competition here in the Prince George's County Public Schools. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly before we start. Let's go to that Beacon Heights team. Carlos, try your buzzer for me, please. Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Josh, and to Halen. And Logan, how about the green teams? It's looking and sounding good as well. Good luck to you, Justin and Joshua. I have to say, congratulations, guys. Everybody wins just by being here because you are all elite students. And I hope you have a great game. May the better team win. We go alphabetically B before P. So Beacon Heights, Carlos, let's play the bowl. Go.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points to start our game. Forests help to cool the air in much the same way that we cool ourselves as our sweat evaporates. When trees release water vapor into the air, it's not known as evaporation. It's known by this T initialed word. For 25 points. Carlos.
Transpiration.
You got it, transpiration. You got those 25 points to start out. Good start. Go. Red.
Body systems for 25.
Body for 25. We're going for the big one in that category. This is a multiple choice question. The pancreas, an organ in your body, is both an endocrine gland and an exocrine gland, because in addition to making insulin, it also makes which of the following? Hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes, or bile juice? Beacon Heights.
Bile juice.
Not bile juice, good try. Perrywood, the pancreas is both an endocrine and an exocrine gland because it makes insulin, as well as which of the following? Hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes, or bile juice?
Hydrochloric acid.
It's the one that neither of you chose. It's an enzyme maker. It helps in digestion. No points. We go back to red. Carlos.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points. All right, the big one in that category. You should never stand under a tree in an electrical storm. We know that. When lightning strikes, a tree is a favorite target since its sap makes it an easier conductor of electricity, easier than the surrounding air that offers more of this, the opposite of conductance. The air offers more what? Logan.
Resistance.
You got it, young man. Perfect. It is the opposite of conductance, resistance. Good. Go. Green. Your turn.
Okay, so let's get body systems for 15.
Body for 15 points. The Eustachian tube connects your middle ear with this P initial part of your body that is also known as the throat and rhymes with larynx. I'm saying shaking heads over there. Correct answer there is the pharynx. The pharynx is another name for the throat. Tough question. We're still with green.
Let's get Zuperate for 10.
Zuprate for how many?
10.
10. Since polar bears evolved from brown bears, should their territories overlap, they can still interbreed even though they now belong to different whats? Different what, Perrywood?
Climates.
Not climates, no. The brown bear and the polar bear, they evolved together but now separate. They can still interbreed if the opportunity arises because they belong to different what?
Biomes.
Species. They're different species. Good tries on both parts there. You guys were thinking more of the ecosystem. All right. I think we're still with the green. Is that correct? And if we could just maybe flip that light there to green. Thank you very much. And Logan, go ahead.
Let's get Dateline for 20.
Dateline, 20 points. Geologist Alfred Wegener was criticized and shunned. Everybody said, you don't know what you're talking about. Because he claimed that these large land masses, yes, Beacon Heights.
Continents.
Halen says, I know this. Continental drift is what we're talking about. Nice answer, Halen. Good assist. 95 to 75. We got a good game here. Let's go, Red.
Zuperate for 25.
Zuprate for 25. Big one in that category, teams. Electricity is everywhere in nature. Some of it is created by animals. Honeybees, for instance, generate a positive charge as their wings rub against the molecules in the air. Those bees use that electricity that they generate to attract this from the flower, which is negatively charged. What are they after, Perrywood?
Pollen.
They're after pollen, indeed. That's exactly right. Good answer, green. Go. Thanks, Josh, for your help. And Justin.
Let's get Science Potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Multiple choice with 4 choices. Listen carefully. The early humans known as Neanderthals actually built huts by using the bones of which the following animals? Whales, dinosaurs, mammoths, or saber-toothed tigers?
Mammoths.
Perrywood.
Mammoths.
Mammoths, absolutely right. Yeah, because of course the dinosaurs weren't around when people were around. All right. 125 to 95, very close. Go green. Advantage is yours still. Oh, hold that thought. The buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. It is 125 Perrywood, 95 Beacon Heights. What a great group of youngsters playing our game. We'll have more Science Bowl in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back. Thank you for spending part of your day with us here on the Science Bowl. 6 outstanding players. You know, at the top of the show, I said we have 2 players returning here because this actually is our first year back in the studio after the long time in the pandemic when we were on Zoom. Let's go over and talk to our players about themselves and their schools. Let's go to Beacon Heights. Carlos, nice to have you back. Nice to see you in person finally. Tell us about yourself and your school. Tell us first of all who your principal is.
My principal is Dr. Walker.
Dr. Walker, and she's so proud of you guys. And who's the coach of your team?
Mr. Brown.
The one and only Mr. Brown. I think he's even more excited than you guys are. He is just a great cheerleader. Any alternates on your team, Carlos?
Yeah, we have Amaya, Lauren, Denosa, Angeline.
Yeah, we're all listening for their names. You did good there. You mentioned them all. Tell me something about Beacon Heights that you're really proud of, something you want to tell the audience about your school.
We have really great teachers. They always try to help us and reach our goals.
That's the most important thing. If you don't have great teachers, why bother going? And your teachers care about you, your administrators care about you. Carlos, what do you want to do someday?
I want to probably become like a soccer player.
Wonderful. Yeah, and I know you're a soccer player. Yeah? Another soccer player, Joshua, welcome back to you, too. Another 5th grader. Why'd you want to be on the show today?
I want to be on the show because I really like, you know, being in challenges and, like, competing against other people.
Absolutely right. Test your mettle, you know, and this is, you know, athletics are great, and this is an academic competition, but it's the same thing. I know you have that spirit. What do you want to do someday, Josh?
I want to become a soccer player or a lawyer because I really like arguing.
Yeah, we were talking about that, you know, because lawyers, they've got to be advocates for other people. You have to like to argue and have to win your arguments. I'm sure you're going to be successful. Halen, nice to have you with us today. How do you know so much science?
Well, I know so much science because I've been studying a lot to prepare for this.
I can tell. I can tell. Would you like to go into science yourself? Yes? Yeah. Weren't you telling me, what profession are you thinking about?
Oh, I'm not sure, but I kind of want to work for NASA.
NASA, yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and you know, the opportunities are going to continue to expand. You know, because the first women are going to go to the moon in the near future. The Mars mission becomes more and more realistic. You're going to be a part of that. Halen, nice to have you here today. Let's go to Perrywood. Logan, tell us about Perrywood. Who's your principal?
My principal is Miss Poole.
Absolutely. Out there rooting for you as well. And who's the coach of your team?
Miss Henson.
Miss Henson. Miss Henson has been a wonderful coach with us for many, many, many years. Angela, thank you for all the work that you put in and your enthusiasm for our game. And we thank Mr. Brown, too, for his great amount of enthusiasm at Beacon Heights. Any alternates on your team?
We have one alternate. His name is Johannes.
And we'll be out in just a few moments, too, because you guys are going to introduce those people, you captains, at the end of the show here. Something about Perrywood that you want to tell us?
Perrywood has great teachers, and with my experience there, I really recommend it.
Yeah, lots of extracurriculars, like the opportunity to be on Science Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys are all looking nice, and you're matching shirts too. I mean, this is like a fashion parade here today. You got the turtles here at the Beacon Heights, and what's your logo over? What is your mascot, Logan?
Our mascot is a panther.
And that's the footprint there. Yeah, looking good. Tell me what you want to do someday, Logan.
Someday I want to become an actor, a musician, or physicist.
Yeah, you have a lot of options there. And this young man shared with me, he's already been on stage, and he's got a presence about him. I can tell he's going to be a great creative person someday. Justin, nice to have you here today. You want to be a paleontologist, yeah? How'd you get interested in dinosaurs?
Yeah, I was like walking through it. My school had a book fair, and I was walking through it, and then I got interested by a book, and there was like an encyclopedia. I read through a little bit pages and then bought it.
Yeah, boy, that's the way. Sometimes it just takes a book, the power of a book. And obviously you're a great student, and you've prepared well to be here today. Thanks for joining us. Joshua, nice to have you here. As a 4th grader, why'd you want to do this?
Because I love science, and it's my favorite subject, too.
It's your favorite subject. I'm glad we're here, because this is the place where you should be if science is your favorite subject. Would you like to do something as a scientist when you get older? Have you thought about that yet?
I would like to be like a space scientist or something, like studying more about like space.
Yeah, and you guys are so young, and you'll have a lot of different opportunities and influences, and what you might want to do probably will change along the way, but just keep to the discipline that you have now and the great students that you are, and you're going to be successful whatever you choose. Let's get back into that game. 125 for Perrywood, 95 for Beacon Heights. Last correct answer came from Logan. Logan, let's go.
Let's get Dateline Science for 25.
Dateline Science for 25 points. Big one in that category, teams. Ice volcanoes. You guys are interested in space. Ice volcanoes have been discovered on Pluto in an area named for what first ever Russian satellite that started the space race with the United States? Beacon Heights.
Sputnik.
It is indeed Sputnik. Absolutely right. And with those points, look at that score, almost tied, 120 to 125. Red, go.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Here's your question. While Indominus Rex was a fictional dinosaur from a Jurassic Park movie, Justin knows all about that, this saurus has the same name as one of Saturn's moons and the Tennessee NFL football team. That one is very real. Name that dinosaur. Perrywood. Any idea over there, Logan? You rang in, I thought you had an idea. Beacon Heights.
The Raptor.
The NFL team in Tennessee are the Titans. And Titan is one of Saturn's moons. It is the Titanosaurus, which is the real dinosaur. That was a tough question. All right, let's go back to the red team. Carlos, advantage you.
Let's get physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. Team's that question is as follows. It was a Danish geologist who determined that the Earth's core was solid by examining the wavy lines on this machine that records earthquakes. Beacon Heights.
The Richter scale.
Good try. No, I want the name of the machine, not the scale. Nice try. Perrywood, the name of the machine, the wavy lines that occur when there is an earthquake. What is the name of that instrument? That's a seismograph. And those are seismic waves. And of course, as we're taping this, the memory of the earthquake in Turkey is on our minds. And Josh, it registered a 7-point on the Richter scale for that one. That was a good try. Red, you're still 5 points behind. Carlos, go.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20. Here's your question. This is a multiple choice question. In November 1985, when Washington quarterback Joe Theismann broke his tibia and fibula bones in a tackle, and the bones were sticking out of his skin, it was a horrible thing to witness. He reported that the pain almost immediately stopped when which of the following body chemicals kicked in? Antioxidants, antibodies, or endorphins? Perrywood.
Antioxidant.
Not antioxidant. Antioxidants, antibodies, or endorphins kicked in and took away the pain of that terrible injury. Beacon Heights.
Endorphins.
Endorphins is the right answer. Yes, indeed. Good. Come back. Go again. Red.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo, 15 points. You know, fish smell, especially if they're old, leave them in the refrigerator too long. The fishy smell that fish have is caused by a chemical that helps them withstand this that is applied by the water. The deeper the fish swims, the higher this is. Beacon Heights.
Pressure.
Yeah, it's the water pressure. Who thought? Yeah, fish have to deal with water pressure. They do that very well. Go Red.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Question is as follows. Let's look at the picture on the monitor in the studio. This is a visual question. The familiar woolly bear caterpillar, that's what you're looking at, with the brown and black colored bands, are used by some people to forecast the coming winter's weather. It is actually what metamorphic stage in the life of the Isabella tiger moth? Perrywood.
Larva.
Yes, indeed. That is the larval stage. Absolutely. Good answer. Go. Green.
Let's get science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. All right, if you're into coding, you'll know this. HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, is the code that is used to structure one of these and its content. A website. A website. Try again, please. Green. Logan.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Here's your question. Milkweed, the plant that's critical to the survival of monarch butterflies, is being wiped out by these H-initialed kinds of chemicals that are used by farmers to kill the weeds in their fields. Those are herbicides. Herbicides was the right answer there. Try again, green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. Here's your question. Another picture. Look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please. You know, every once in a while, a meteor makes its way through the atmosphere and we get a meteorite. This is the Willamette meteorite, the largest one ever found in America. It was found in Oregon. The holes you see occurred here on Earth. After rainwater mixed with iron sulfide, it produced sulfuric acid, an acid at the lowest end of this scale that measures acids and bases. Beacon Heights.
pH scale.
You got that right. Thank you, Halen. The pH scale. Yeah, that's way down at 1 or 2 on the scale that goes from 0 to 14. All right. Red, go.
Green things for 15.
Green, 15 points. Robin Kimmerer, the Native American author of the best-selling book called Braiding Sweetgrass, is one of these B-initialed scientists who specialize in studying plants. Beacon Heights.
Botanist.
Yeah, she is a botanist. Indeed she is. Good. Go.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Multiple choice. In the 1930s, a neurologist by the name of Wilder Penfield discovered the speech and memory centers in our brains by stimulating which of the following parts of the brain? The cortex, the cerebellum, or the medulla oblongata? Which of those three? Perrywood.
Cerebellum.
Not the cerebellum, good try. Cortex, cerebellum, or medulla oblongata, the place where speech is centered along with memory.
Cortex.
Cortex is right, yes. The cortex has that gray matter up there. Good. Go.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline, 10 points. A recent simulation showed that when the dinosaur-killing asteroid struck Earth, it created waves over 100 feet high that were known as megawatts. Megawatts, Beacon Heights.
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis, absolutely. Tsunamis are already pretty mega. Imagine even more than that. Halen, thank you for your assist on that. Go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10?
10.
Here we go. Your question, what a great job this would be. It's been reported that taste testers for ice cream companies, wouldn't that be a great job? They never use ordinary metal or wooden spoons in their job. Oh no. They only use spoons that are made of the precious metal with the chemical symbol capital A small u. Carlos.
Gold.
Gold. Yes, they use gold spoons to eat their Häagen-Dazs or their oh my gosh, what a great job. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Here's your question. Let's see. The second most polluting greenhouse gas after carbon dioxide is this M-initialed gas with the formula CH4, noted for its foul odor. Perrywood. Come on, guys.
M-H. I wrote them down.
M-initialed. Logan? Beacon Heights. CH4 is the second most polluting gas, greenhouse gas, has a foul odor. It is known as methane. Methane, the stuff that comes out of the back of cows, too. Okay, go again, please. Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Here's your question. In order to maximize the amount of hemoglobin they can carry, mature red blood cells in your body have gotten rid of this central structure found in all other cells. That's the nucleus. All of your cells have a nucleus, but red blood cells do not. Try again, Red. We're down to our last couple of questions, mostly 5-pointers. Carlos?
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. The only fruit that can be ripened as well off the tree as on it is this one that goes from green-yellow to black seemingly in just a couple days. Perrywood.
Bananas.
A banana, that's right. Time for making the banana bread. Yeah, when it gets to the black stage. Good. Go green.
Let's get Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Kind of a joke. What slimy ocean invertebrate completes the funny rhyming poem written by Ogden Nash? I'm not Sellyfish. Who wants, yes.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish. Who wants some of my jellyfish? Yes, indeed. So, with that slimy answer there, we come to the end of our game, and it was a good one, too. We're proud of all of our players. We'll double-check that score and be back with you in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. Boy, did we have a good time here today. As I said at the top of the show, everybody wins for being such an elite student. And not only are these young people smart in science, they are great sports. They've been congratulating each other up here, deservedly so. Our final tally today is Perrywood 155, Beacon Heights 225. Let's have a nice round of applause for the Beacon Heights teams. Go Turtles! Go Turtles! Carlos, would you introduce who's standing with you? And I recognize someone over here next to Mr. Brown. I don't know where he came from. Go ahead.
This is Lauren. This is Denosa. This is Amaya, and this is Mr. Brown.
Yes, and that's Bill Nye, the science guy. Yeah, he's getting a little FaceTime here too. Let's have a nice round of applause for that Perrywood team over there. They're just the best. They're the best. Logan, tell us who's back there.
So this is Johannes, and this is our coach, Ms. Henson.
Absolutely right. Thank you guys for a terrific game. All of you for a terrific game. Thank you for watching. I'm Dave Zarin. I hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, bye-bye, everyone.